Ag Day Weather, brought to you by
Discover the next frontier in crop protection. Preaxor fungicide.
Welcome back to Ag Day. Cindy, now that big storm's moving through the country, but we start with drought where there's still a lot of dry pockets out there.
Yeah, we sure do. I mean, we've seen some improvements, but we see actually some drought creeping back into the upper Midwest. So that's something we'll be watching over the next few months. But of course, the big story is the weather as we head through the day today. It has been downright nasty for a lot of folks in the nation's midsection with lots and lots of snow in the upper Midwest and the upper Great Lakes. And some ice as well. And we're going to continue to see chances for some ice today, all the way from Dallas right on through towards Memphis and then getting up into parts of Ohio as well. And it's not moving very quickly. And the reason is because it's running parallel to the jet stream. So that jet stream is really not helping to push that front further east in any kind of hurry. So we're going to be still dealing with some ice and some snow here in much of the nation's midsection, anywhere from parts of Arkansas into the Ohio and Tennessee valleys. So putting this into motion, we are going to be seeing snow on the north side of that, so look for much of Indiana and Ohio to see that snow. And as we take a look then where that low pressure is, we still have that chance for ice, so it's kind of a fine line with those folks that are going to be a little closer to the freezing mark. Close to the front, though, it's going to be more so in the rain category. Fairly quiet weather out west, although we do have another little low that's going to be affecting parts of the Pacific Northwest. As we get into later on into the overnight hours, we finally see a little bit of movement with this front and not quite so many troubles as that low starts to enter into the far southeast. High pressure settles into the nation's midsection. It's going to be downright cold this weekend for a good chunk of the country as we see that cold air spreading all the way down even into the deep south. And as we finish off our Saturday, it looks like that front continues to slowly push on off to the east, but we're going to introduce some more snow back into parts of the Rockies. All right, let's take a look at our precipitation estimates. And boy, because that front is not moving very much, we've got a lot of moisture coming down. This is the past 24 hours, and look what happens when we add the next 24 hours. We still have another good inch to perhaps 2 or 3 inches of rain coming down, and some of this is in the form of ice, and that is causing some terrible problems on the roads. When you look to see who's getting the snow, boy, there's been a thin line of some pretty heavy snow all the way from southern Missouri back through parts of central Indiana and into Ohio as well. Let's take a look at some of those temperatures. A high of only -2 degrees over in Bismarck, and it's a big difference between the northern part of the country, and we're still looking at 80 degrees almost as you get down to Florida. That's about the only really warm spot left. Overnight low temperatures down well into the teens in some of the upper Midwest, and it warms up into the 40s and even the 60s in Florida, and so it's a great time to take a trip there this weekend. That's a look at your national forecast. Now let's check out some local cities. Wilcox, Arizona, sunny and a little warmer for you today with a high of 51 degrees. Minden, Nebraska, partly cloudy and downright frigid with a high of only 12. And Lewisburg, Tennessee, more wintry mixed problems for you. Watch out for some ice, high of 42.